Ranger! An outcast, lurking among the shadows of the tree. Feral Asmirian, expelled from your mountain. You are wild at heart and wild of mind. Sorceress! You were banished by your Akara for experimenting with the elements. Arrogance has led you here. Ranger! Foundling! Primal Druid! Ranger! And out... Feral Asmirian, expelled from your mountain. You are wild at heart and wild of mind. Oh, how the glory of the Asmiri has faded. I sentence you to death. Say your piece. What? No! Don't let the Asmirian escape!
That were a lucky break, so to speak.
By the first ones! You're alive! I'm glad to see another living soul.
You look unwell, friend. What happened?
The miller went off to warn Clearfell about a strange sickness plaguing our men. I was fixing to go after him, until that bloody thing got to me first. Now, all those who drowned in the flooding, suddenly they ain't so dead no more. I would appreciate it if you could... Reach Clearfell. Find the miller.
The wrath in here is stronger than I dared imagine. The hunt is on! I swore I'd never wield one of these again. Take this! Fury!
You out there! Help us!
So this is the sickness I want. honor. One step further from home. At least your friend weren't here to see what you...
Helton, please come inside.
What a sorry sight. Spirit watch over this lot.
Renly's the name. You're skilled with the violence, if what you did out there in the riverbanks is any sign. Another refugee from the Count's justice, I take it. Well, have no fear. This place is something of a hideaway for many of us now, and we could sorely use your skills in these dark times. I'll smith for you what I can, if you're willing to bend your violence toward our defense. There's a beast of particular dark power stalking us out in the felling. It moves unseen under the dirt and attacks without warning. We can't leave the walls to find food, and I've been unable to corner and slay the beast myself. Now, if you could channel your violence against this devourer, as Finn calls it, we'd be indebted to you.
Looks to be a decent sort, that one.
Welcome, violent stranger. I am Finn, and I shall be your humble provider of useful and diverse objects. That are most definitely not scrounged or stolen. If I don't got it, I can get it. You just let me know. Later.
He's trouble, he is. But reckon it's the harmless kind.
Welcome to the Camp of the Lost, stranger. We survive, but we do not live. I am Una. All this began the night Count Gino took his most loyal men into the Grellwood. After he returned, a madness grew in him. Something happened out there. Please, I beg of you, travel into the forest and begin your search. There must be some clue as to what took place. I fear this land's sickness will only deepen unless we do something. Yes. Bye.
Explosive spears stick into the ground where they land, then explode after a short delay. If you have a frenzy charge from a skill like Disengage, you'll consume it to throw a spear that explodes immediately and creates ignited ground. Using Whirling Slash on this ground will empower it with fire. Explosive spears stick into the ground where they land, then explode after a short delay. If you have a frenzy charge from a skill like Disengage, you'll consume it to throw a spear that explodes immediately and creates ignited ground. Using Whirling Slash on this ground will empower it with fire. Explosive Spear Twister Whirling Slash hits enemies and creates a whirlwind that blinds and slows enemies inside it. Slashing again will expand the whirlwind. When you walk away, the whirlwind explodes. Whirlwinds can also suck up patches of elemental ground to take on their effects and add more explosion damage. Whirling Slash hits enemies and creates a whirlwind that blinds and slows enemies inside it. Slashing again will expand the whirlwind. When you walk away, the whirlwind explodes. Whirlwinds can also suck up patches of elemental ground to take on their effects and add more explosion damage. Whirling Slash hits enemies and creates a whirlwind that blinds and slows enemies inside it. Slashing again will expand the whirlwind. When you Twister, Explosive Twist Disengage flips backwards as you stab enemies in front of you. If you have just parried an enemy with your buckler, Disengage will create an explosion on your enemy and grant you a frenzy charge, which can be used to enhance any spear throw attack. Disengage flips backwards as you Twister conjures a small tornado that travels forward, damaging and blinding enemies. If a twister is inside a whirlwind, it will create more twisters with more damage. Twisters can also suck up patches of elemental ground to take on their effects, or be used with elemental whirlwinds that have sucked up element. Explosive spears
good as dead!
Asmerian! Over here!
Always someone in need of rescuing, isn't there?
Thanks for the help. Name's Pharaoh. Some call me Runeseeker, but Pharaoh will do fine. I'm far from home, but these lands are even more unwelcoming than I expected.
You're not the only one far from home. Hoping you're here for a happier reason than I am.
Runes, inscriptions, etched into remnants from ancient times. For whatever reason, they burn brighter in all this bedlam. Now, a smith I may have been back home, but I'm no clansman, no warrior. Perhaps we can aid each other.
Need someone to watch your back while you go rune-seeking, as he called it?
That's about right. But you'll also reap rewards from the knowledge we uncover. Speaking of, let's investigate that remnant. Ah, a formidable inscription. But we can add to it. Combinations of inscriptions react to the will of the inscriber. Look here. My tome contains many rune shapes. Try your hand at one.
Straight!
Teach him a thing or two!
The wind howls! The hunt is on!
Nice one! Got the bugger!
See? I told you we'd make a fine team. How are you faring? Keep your chisel sharp.